Blessings, greetings, and welcome. Welcome to the sweet spot. It's Trust Yourself Thursday, and thank you so much for joining me and being with me on this journey that we've been taking all week long as we've been discussing the power of being in a stand. I'm Dr. Derek Sweet. I'm your host, beautiful soul. I'm your host. I'm the board certified psychiatrist who specializes in high performance, but more than that, in helping all of us live the life we love. And I'm here to remind you that though we're talking about standing this week, we're not just talking about your feet standing. Sometimes your stand has to be about your focus. Sometimes you're in a stand because you're in faith. Sometimes it's about holding your ground when life is trying to rattle you and shake you and move you around. You've got to be in a stand. Because when life pushes you, your purpose has to stand tall. That's what we keep saying. That when the pressure rises and we know life can really apply pressure, your character is what has to stand up. And when everything has just gone south, when everything is so shaky, when things are just not going well, listen, the strongest thing you can do is stand. And around here, we believe with all our heart that when you stand, you win. Today, we got to talk about standing firm in who you are. It's Trust Yourself Thursday. And one of the worst things you can do is not trust yourself, is to have doubts about your ability, to have doubts as to whether you can do this or get this done, to not believe in you. Because if you don't stand firm in your identity, life will hand you one that you didn't even ask for. That's the thing. And even in the ancient wisdom, it said this: stand firm then with your belt of truth buckled around your waist. What on earth did they mean by that in the old days? Stand firm with the belt of truth buckled around your waist. That was in the book of Ephesians. What on earth does that mean? And how does that tie into standing? Well, it says it right there, stand firm. That's a principle in life. You don't have to be a PhD, an MD, a DDS, whatever it is you are, a police officer, a salesperson, a housewife, a house husband, I don't know. You don't have to be, everybody knows that you've got to stand firm when you're being challenged. That's a principle. Now, this belt of truth around your waist is what's going to hold you in. You got to stand firm in integrity, in what you truly believe. Because truth holds you together. Shakespeare said it this way in Hamlet: to thine own self be true. Simple, but not always easy, right? Not always easy. And here's why all of this matters, this idea of trusting yourself here on Trust Yourself Thursday, standing up for what you believe, standing firm in your identity, standing with your belt of truth around you, what you know is to be true, right? Here's why it matters on a scientific level. Your identity lives in a part of the brain that's called the default mode network, the DMN. It's the story center of your brain, right? It's where stories get made, partially. When you doubt yourself, that network scrambles and you begin to feel lost and foggy and unsure. This is all in the science. But when you stand firm, when you are in your stand and in your truth, and when you have made your mind up, as for me and my house, this is where we stand. What you believe, who you are, and what matters most is what you're standing on, and your brain calms down. Your decisions begin to sharpen. Your stress lowers. You know why a lot of us are stressed out? Because we're not in a stand. we didn't take a stand. So the winds of life, the window opened and the wind blew in and the hurricanes came and all of this stuff is hitting us left and right. We weren't ready and we don't have a stand. Get into a stand. That's not just Bible talk or personality, that's neuroscience. Neuroscience says that clarity creates confidence and the brain likes it when we take a stand, when we take a focus. Wow. So here's your challenge on Trust Yourself Thursday. Ask yourself today, where am I standing firm and where am I wavering? Where do I have a sneaky little doubt? Where am I still a little worried? Then lock back in as soon as you figure this out to your stand and say it out loud if you have to. This is who I am. This is what I stand for. And this is how I'm going to move. This is what I'm going to do. Because when you trust yourself, you move different. When you trust yourself, you believe different. When you trust yourself, you lead different. When you trust yourself, you respond differently. So that's it, my friend, on Trust Yourself Thursday. Get back to basics. Get back to your stand. Stand firm on your values. Stand firm in your calling. Stand firm in your role. Stand firm in your voice. Stand firm in your commitment and what you've decided to do. Stand firm. Because the world doesn't need another copy. The world needs the real you. And you know what? When you stand, you win. You win. That's what happens. So I'm begging you. I'm challenging you. I'm standing right with you right now. Don't quit. Don't back down. Don't play second fiddle. That's not who you are. Because when you stand, that's when you win. All right, now, standing tall, standing true, and standing you. Let's run into Friday tomorrow, okay? Let's go to Finish Strong Friday, and let's knock it out. For those of you who'd love to learn more and interact more, I invite you to join me by subscribing to the YouTube channel. And you can also check me out on Instagram and on LinkedIn. Be blessed, my friend, and keep standing.